So you guys were one. I'm hearing a lot of you guys just want a theme song short. So here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that, and when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So, it's shorter. Here you go. Crazy Cat Lee or Martha Aller does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under very educational for and entertainment purposes. This links, that's all he did. Well, those years ago. See?
Okay, hi everyone, Martha here. So I just got done watching Beetlejuice. I don't know how all this one's gonna be because this is my old setup for a computer, so I really hope I can still do it as well as I do on my newer computer because I have to get something replaced, a new one. This movie was okay. It was not as good as the first one that came out back in the 80s, but I still found it funny. So this one does take place in the modern day, because the fact that Beetlejuice does mention, and I'll try to put images of him in this movie, since I already said his name 3 times now. I'll try to say, what did I say during the cartoon? To voice saying, I think it was BJ or something like that. Said it says like 30 years has gone by since he saw Lydia last. Lydia started doing a TV show where she would like be like a ghost hunter and help people go and deal with their ghost and go on and talk about it. And her daughter Astrid, I guess, resents her for it because her dad died by a piranha attack when he was trying to save a rainforest, and I guess they weren't doing very well for that, and she kind of mad at her mom. Then we have, since the guy who played Chuck in the first movie did bad things in between movies, they killed the character in the most weirdest way you can think of. Like, he got hit. He was on an airplane when he was going to do bird watching. Because if you remember the first one, he did bird watching. Then he survived the plane crash. So Lydia thought he drowned, which he didn't. It turns out that he was eaten by a shark. So, the old Jaws treatment, wow. And so there's a funeral that we have, the Day-O song is played during the funeral. But I can't, I mean, we're really random to do it during anybody's funeral. Then they go to, the old house because they're going to sell it and get all the stuff that's inside of it. And we find out that BJ has an ex-wife who, I guess, poisoned him. Knowing him, you never can trust a word he says. He's just as reliable as the Joker. But I do like the way she put herself together after Danny DeVito accidentally released her, and we have. And then I guess she's a soul sucker. Like, she staples her body back together basically using a staple gun, and she's kind of reminds me of Frankenstein's monster in a way. Instead of using stitches, they use staples just to get her back together. So she wants to look for him, I guess, as revenge, but he killed, according to him, BJ's report, that she killed him first. So, which was like, I don't know if he was speaking Spanish because I'm not sure when he was telling the story to the Stitches guys. So, and he kills like she kills like 3 people, 3 monster ghosts. So Lydia found a guy that I guess is kind of like her Otto, her Alpha, whatever. Trying to remember the guy that Catherine Lowe O'Hara's character had, because he kind of remind me of him in a little bit. So he keeps on trying to get them to. He keeps on trying to get Lydia to marry him. And we find out that later at the very end of the movie that because Beetlejuice had him like a true seer syndrome. He never believed her about the fact she actually can see ghosts, and she only wanted to marry her so he can make more money off of her show. And when this happens on the funeral, she says yes to him, but she doesn't know that the guy just is using her. Astrid, who I guess her and are getting, like I said, both of them are not getting along because she still resents her for having with her dad, and she ends up leaving on a bike, going through the same bridge that killed the Deeds, who are not in this movie, by the way. They like have a way of them able to move on. It says like a loophole, which I kind of didn't like, but I didn't mind them ever in the first movie. I know some people thought they were like one of the most boring parts in the first movie, but I think that they weren't. Never thought that, because they did the whole Deo dance. That was not That was not BJ. That was them. You know, all those makeup scenes are pretty good. So they were not really part. So I don't get why people think that. And she almost gets killed. Astrid almost gets killed a couple times during. It's like she almost gets hit by a car. She and then she like falls down. Hits a fence and hits a tree. I mean, and she meets a kid who we find out is also trying to use her. Like, none of the guys in this movie, except for one, who happens to be dead, are not good guys. Like, BJ's not good. The one that tries to marry Lydia is not good. The one who Astrid talks to is not good. So yeah, it's weird that all the guys in this movie are basically jerks for one that happens to be dead. Now, because he had by piranha, so I don't know. He's only in it for a little bit. So he offered to like help her meet her dad by using the same exact book that the Deeds had to help it, like have instructions to be part of when they're dead. And then one of the same people who like was trying to sell buy the house or sell the house for the Deeds. So I'm not sure if this is the same exact lady, but she ends up telling Lydia after Lydia drops Astrid off there, that the kid here killed both his parents, and then when they came to arrest him, he fell down off his tree house. And so she goes there to try to save Lydia. Well, yeah, and we also do have like a scene where the guy who likes Lydia and wants to try to marry him Lydia kind of tells him that she has been seeing BJ for a while. So he says her name is the same name 3 times that way, and they have like a little session with him, and he like tries to make her the mold and spill their guts, and instead the guy's is scared of him. And he tries, and BJ makes Lydia like deliver a baby version of him, which is very freaky. After me watching a cartoon where he was a baby version too, so it was kind of weird. Then they get out there, and so back to where Lydia, back to where Astrid is like to do the whole door thing. They knock on the door 3 times, and she has to say this weird phrase, and then they go to like, I swear this is the song. They go to a thing called the Soul Train, and I swear that's a song, because I remember when I was a kid that we used to dance to something called Train Something, and it's kind of like the Macarena, but it was something instead. It was a train. So I swear that was a song that we used to dance to in like in middle school and high school at dances. Let me know if I'm just imagining that thing. So if you guys had that same thing, that song reminds you of something that you used to dance to and that you did in grade school at dances. So Astrid is sitting. She sees her dad working at the check-in stand where they take pictures, and he's like covered in piranhas, and also Catherine O'Hara's character, she like gets scammed. She asks for some snakes that are defanged, but it turns out they are defanged because she's trying to spend time with Chuck's Gray for some reason, and she gets bit until she gets sent down there, and now she's dead. And after Lydia has like a weird moment where BJ sings "Wherever you go, wherever you do, I will be right here waiting for you." Like Maria's making that song even more creepier than it already is. So yeah, for like all you guys know, that song's about stalking. So that's why I don't like it very much. The fact that he's singing it to her. And is it okay for him to date her now? For him to marry her now? Since she's now an adult? I was like always wondering this since when this movie was announced. Like, is it okay for him to do this now? But the fact that at the very end of this movie, Lydia says there's like a 600 years age gap between us now. So I don't. No, it's still gross. I'm saying that, and the fact that he's dead. So it's like necromancer or something like that. And so she calls him 3 times to help save her daughter, and she makes a deal where you get to marry me. I get to marry you this time actually around. And like saying a no. It's kind of like when Ursula did with Ariel. That's what it kind of reminded me of. Multi-thing with Eric. And so he helps her by having Lydia goes in there and grabs Astrid out of the train while like a bunch of people from the 70s are dancing because they have they'll have the like 70s hairdos. And after that BJ grabs Catherine O'Hara's character and brings her, and they have a wedding. I think it's first for the guy she's supposed to marry, but it's actually, it's BJ. And then they sing like a song that I'm not sure during this part if it's a real song or not, but it's called like, has to do with the the cake being rained on, and then they have a bunch of people on the phones get sucked into the phones. So it this whole entire dance scene did kind of remind me of the Deo scene. And this time around, it's actually Beetlejuice. It's actually I'm just gonna say Beetlejuice because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do what I want to do. But hopefully, oh, it don't matter if I don't have him here during this time around. But I did like this wedding scene. It was really good. And the way they get rid of his ex-wife is having the worms, the sandworm eat her, and Lydia's bad boyfriend. And we did have a moment where Lydia and Astrid had a bonding moment again because the dad, Astrid's dad, helped her get the right for her mom to be there with him. So that's basically it, guys. I'm probably gonna do this movie, and then it ends with her like having a weird dream about Astrid having the baby Beetlejuice one, and also they make it where the thing is not in void. Oh yeah, I forgot the entire thing, but the fact that there's a cop running around that who's played by Willem Dafoe, who's actually an actor, who's trying to chase down Beetlejuice's ex-wife, making sure she gets arrested. Since she's going around sucking the souls out of Ghost. And since both of them like brought a live person down there, it makes the contract that Beetlejuice made non and void. So I would probably give this movie like a 7 out of 10. Because I think it has too many plot lines to like to keep track of. I mean, the movie's still funny, but I think there's just too many things going on in this movie. So I could have a hard time keeping track of all these characters that hardly show up in this movie. Like the whole entire thing with Willem Dafoe, even though I like him, like I love that actor, he's not in the movie that much. So you kind of forget that he's actually in it. So I'll see you guys later, like you were described, and hopefully I'm able to still do things the same as I am with this older computer. Bye bye.